Brian, he'll be only an hour away from where I lived in Wisconsin. So
You lived in Wisconsin?
Wait,
I think I've mentioned this before. You guys are surprised.
Nuh-uh.
I was very little.
I thought you were an Ohioan.
From like age
Ohioan?
I am Ohioan, but we moved to Wisconsin when I was 1 year old, and I lived there until I was 3. Welcome back to Can You Not? Not only are we here, but 3 of our friends are in the audience this time. If they want to just say hi, this is their time, because they're not going to speak during the entire show.
Damn, dude.
Whoa.
Damn, dude.
Introduce yourself.
I'm just gonna leave now.
Hi, everyone.
I don't think they want to anymore.
And the reason we have all our friends here is because today's episode is about festivals.
Whoa! Podcast festival.
Podcast festival.
Podfest 2017.
Podfest sounds weird.
At Joe's apartment.
That sounds like an
Podfest at Joe's place.
That sounds like an alien.
And Jesse's here. It's the goddamn Mickey Mouse Club all together in one place. By the way, there is one thing I need to address before we begin.
That you're trash?
I am trash. This is true. But the other thing I need to address is last time when we did our episode where everybody submitted things, there was one we didn't get to.
Oh, I can
because
be
didn't
here for
notice
this
it.
one.
So Amber can actually weigh in on
Yes,
this.
let's do
Oh, that was
it.
the one that I was here for.
So we're gonna
That's
do it?
true, Brian did one.
Triangles, man.
Try.
That was the last time.
That was a weird episode.
That was 10 weeks ago.
Yeah, 11 weeks now.
11
For like
weeks ago.
20 minutes. Yeah.
We did.
Anyway, the topic that Amanda wanted us to talk about is is potato chip flavors.
I love potato chips.
Ruffles is getting out of hand.
Wavy
Uh-oh.
potato chips is better than not wavy potato
Yeah.
chips.
Well, I'm
Contentious.
sending a message to Ruffles. You are getting out of hand.
What'd they do?
You're
It
ruffling
should have
my feathers.
stopped at the Flaming Hot Ruffles. It did not need to go on.
Yeah, they're getting some weird ass
They're
What do
flavors.
they
getting
have
real
now?
weird.
It's like brick or so like
Basically, it's brick. Like,
it's like
basically.
things that like aren't even food hardly.
Ruffles potato.
And Lay's has gotten out of hand, so far out of
Oh
hand.
my
like,
god.
Have you guys ever had dill pickle potato chips?
Yes, those are so good.
Oh really? I couldn't
Those are
do
so
it. I thought
good.
that was. Oh my god! Ruffles has a ketchup flavored
Yes,
chip.
yes.
Exactly.
It's not even food. it's
Exactly.
What the hell?
Ruffles have ridges.
Although Ruffles are known for, like, people will take it, like my dad does this, where he gets a bowl of Ruffles
Yeah.
and he puts ketchup on it and he mashes it up. But that's like you're adding a condiment. You don't want to flavor
Yeah.
it like the condiment.
Apparently
Like, no one
Ruffles-
just gets a bottle of ketchup and starts chugging it, man. Like that's
Exactly.
like who wants a bag of.
Damn.
Although,
Something that tastes
shout
like
out to
ketchup.
my friend, my brother Poppy in Africa. He used to, like, basically eat ketchup.
Just eat it.
Basically. He put so much ketchup on stuff
They
that
have
the
a
ketchup was not the condiment.
They have a jalapeno ranch flavor. That sounds good.
You know what? Ruffles is my favorite. Is the all dressed flavor. Has anyone ever had those?
What are you talking about?
I've
They're-
seen them, but I haven't tried them.
So it's inspired. It's like a very Canadian kind of thing, but they brought it to the
Poutine
States.
chips? That's what I want.
So the all dressed.
Sorry.
The all dressed chips, it says, is like putting together cheddar, barbecue, salt and vinegar, and sour cream and onion together and shaking them up.
Oh my goodness.
Hey,
There's also, it looks like
what's
maple
the
syrup on the
name?
front of
Yeah.
it.
Nicole.
Nicole
Wait,
did have
Andy's
them.
nodding like he's had them. Have you had
No,
them?
they just sound really good.
So good.
Really good.
You gotta try
Wait,
them.
what
You gotta
is
try
it
them, man.
again? Barbecue?
All dressed.
It's all dressed Ruffles.
It's a really
Yeah.
weird term.
It's like a whole
Yeah, it's a
bunch of
weird.
stuff.
Like it says, it's Canadian.
You put on a
so
suit and eat Ruffles.
you can't eat them naked.
Oh dear.
Although I will say, I think Pringles are still king for me.
I swear, I thought
I
you were
love
about to say, I
Pringles.
swear Pringles are better when you're naked. That's just what I
Oh, God.
We need to start the actual podcast.
Yeah, we should probably actually start now. Festivals as chosen by Amber.
Okay, so did you guys hear about Fyre Fest?
Oh yes.
That's all. I want to talk about Fyre Fest and DashCon. Are you both familiar with those?
I am not familiar with either.
Inform Brian and the audience.
Okay, so DashCon is the one I know most about. So on Tumblr, people started saying like there should be like a convention, like an anime con, except it's just for people from Tumblr, so we could get all the fandoms together, like Doctor Who and Sherlock and like Supernatural and Airbender and all that stuff. And they're like, oh, we need a convention. And like back in, I want to say 2015, somebody actually started organizing it and selling tickets and stuff. But so people were buying tickets to this thing and they actually showed up. But the organizers just kind of pocketed the money and didn't really organize it. So like it just kind of turned in. Ooh, Joe gave me a 1
Hold
second.
for 1 second. It was still recording, it just wasn't recording on the nice microphone, it was recording from the crappy speaker
Oh,
here.
that sucks.
So let me-
It's all messed up.
Oh, it
now.
sounds way better now. I was wondering why it sounded
Hey.
crappy.
It's just my voice. That's just how I talk.
So this is DashCon.
Yeah. Cause anyway, there's this iconic image from DashCon of just this ball pit in the middle of this big, huge like meeting room, and that was the entirety of DashCon. Was just the ball pit. There weren't panels. There weren't anything. So it was just kind of like
people drop out last second, so all the big performers.
yeah, like Cecil Baldwin was supposed to be
Yeah.
there, and Green.
Hank Green.
Them, yeah. They were supposed to be there and they all dropped out. So there were all these like teenagers there and there wasn't anything to do. And it was hilarious.
Did the teenagers interact?
I sure hope
Did
not.
they have a party?
They tried their darndest. But the other thing is that Fyre Fest was this big, huge, like, high-end music festival that was supposed to happen in the Bahamas. Tickets were stupidly expensive. What was the name of the rapper who put that on? Do you remember?
Yeah, he's irrelevant.
Ja
He's such.
Rule?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. But anyway, they were like, hyping this up, and they were getting all these like Instagram celebrities to vouch for it, and they were putting all this money into marketing. But when it actually came down to it, when people were showing up, they hadn't put up the infrastructure for the actual festival to happen. So like they were marketed this big high end thing, and then their meals were like, a Happy Meal and a styrofoam, like with salad without dressing and stuff. So there are all these people really, really angry. So it was.
Yeah. So just picture these very privileged, mostly white kids flying out to this island in the middle of nowhere.
Like I'm talking like I want to say $2,000.
if not more. That's like a basic package.
Right, like
And
for
then
this
they-
music fest. Blink-182 was supposed to play there, and they ended up pulling out.
That's insane.
Yeah,
And they get there, and there's literally an empty small stage
and like
tents. survival
emergency tents. Yeah, like that, and it was bad. So I don't know. Apparently this happened. Like another thing happened somewhere in Canada that was similar, where like somebody tried to put on this festival and then didn't put up the infrastructure, and then like it just didn't happen. And there are people who are worried that this is going to negatively affect like the live music industry and festivals and stuff, because if you have independent festivals and all of a sudden all these festivals are dropping out, then people are gonna stop going to the festivals.
Yeah, that makes sense, because what a catastrophe. Like,
Right?
how many times can you mess that up?
Well, I mean, it wasn't the same people, but I'm just like saying like these independent things
Well,
that people
yeah.
are trying to put on are all gonna go to hell, so that's not good.
I'm just talking about on every level of the festival. Like,
Mm-hmm.
how many people had to mess that up in order for it to go that terribly,
Well, I mean, there's a thing that I follow on Facebook, and it's like a stagehand humor page, and somebody posted an article that was like, I was actually, I worked this festival, like I didn't think they did production, and they were talking about like they hired all these people to do it, but they didn't give them any resources, so it actually really started way up at the top of the pyramid, where like,
Right.
there are people hiring others to put the festival on, but then nothing actually like got done because there weren't resources and they weren't giving them information and all kinds of stuff. But-
Right. Wait. I mean, are you familiar with Ja Rule?
I am.
I've never heard of Ja Rule before
But-
Fyre Fest.
I
There's good
can't
reason.
see Ja Rule putting on like a huge festival, so I'm not that surprised that.
Well, supposedly, from my understanding, they want to try to do it again next year.
What?
Wait,
given-
when was
But this
that?
was
Earlier
postponed
this-
indefinitely. Like,
Yeah,
it never
exactly.
actually happened.
It happened either at the beginning of this year or the end of last year. So
It was
very
the beginning
recent.
of this year.
It was the beginning of this
summer
year?
thing, I want to
Okay.
say, yeah.
What?
Yeah, but I don't see how it's going to happen because the lawsuits are just through the roof right now. Just
Like,
absolutely ludicrous.
Literally, the name of this article is "In the Wreckage of Fyre Fest: Fury Lawsuits and Inquiry." Like, I don't think it's doing very well.
What's great too is the promotional video they had for it is so unlike the actual event. Because of course they didn't
have it
have any.
pulled up.
Oh, you have some stuff.
Yeah, well, I have the video pulled up. I just turned the sound off, but like, I just like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, play a little bit with the sound maybe for for the listeners,
Let's
because
see if it'll work.
it is it's essentially because they don't have any footage of this thing. It never happened before. So right now it's showing girls in bikinis and
like,
yachts
really
going
pretty
across the
water.
ocean. Yes, crystal clear blue water.
2 transformative weekends. I'd go there.
There's a girl laying in
An
the
immersive
sand,
music
messing up
festival.
her hair in the sand.
I hate it when I mess up my hair in the sand. On a remote and private island in the, I didn't catch that last word.
There's speedboats and
The best food, art, music, and adventure. Bikini girls.
there's so many bikini girls.
There's a lot of.
Not many guys apparently on this trip.
Who
There's a lot
the,
of
who the hell is Pablo Escobar?
Are you on the...
No, I suck.
I
Anyway.
look like
Yeah.
MGK DJ.
Anyway. It didn't
Brian,
turn out. Ah!
Here's an example of what it actually looked like.
Oh my god.
I mean, it literally
podcast.
looks like some sort
The
of...
studio audience thinks it's silly. So
it-
for everybody who can't actually see what we're looking
it just
at.
looks
Yeah.
awful.
There's like 10 yurts in like garbage.
It
There's
looks
a
like
fire
weird
hydrant.
igloo things.
It looks like a war zone, kind of.
It really
kinda
does. It looks
did.
like the site of like, you know, like a massive
It's
hurricane.
like Civil War army.
How many
plants.
people bought those ridiculously priced tickets?
Enough people that they were stranded there for a week because they couldn't get a plane to
Yeah,
come.
because there were planes going in and out for a while. Like, I think they were sending people in to rescue them. I don't really remember.
Rescue them.
There's also this
yeah,
really
rescue
funny.
them from a festival.
There's also this really funny thing. I don't even know how to find it, but apparently this kid, like just some normal kid, like you or I, like won a ticket, and he was there, and like he thought the whole thing was hilarious, because I guess it was exactly what you think it is. All these like people who are used to like really high end stuff, who paid all this money, just panicking because they didn't know how to deal, and this guy's just like
Yeah.
taking selfies with the yurt, like having a good time, and it's like, God, that would be magical just to be there, and, like watch all these people melt down. Like, it would be hilarious.
If I had my camera there, it'd be so great to make a documentary about that. How cool would that be?
Everything went to hell. Let's watch. Like-
Yeah, watch the destruction. But what was your question about this again?
Huh?
Just like,
Oh, I
what do you think this
think
means for
it's
the
silly.
future?
Well, I work as a stagehand, so just like, I think it's interesting.
Seeing things fall apart.
And just like, I feel like people underestimate how much work goes into this kind of thing, or how much work
Right.
even goes into setting up a live performance, or a festival sounds awful to me, or even like a stage play or something like that. It's just stuff that I'm familiar with, so I just think it's funny to watch it all burn.
I mean, apparently that burn at the Fyre Festival.
Oh my god.
I mean, apparently the people running it did not realize how much work went into it. either.
Clearly, they did not understand.
So they brought all these people to this island with no food and no
Yeah.
shelter.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
And we're just like, all right, go have fun.
Yeah, because festivals happen all on their own. Logistics don't matter. You don't
Oh,
need to
yeah.
hire good people.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
They were claiming like you're gonna stay in these fancy hotels, the best food. Again, you're gonna have these.
The caterer pulled out because they couldn't give them their money. That's why Blink-182 pulled out too.
Oh yeah, and they just had like the briefest of messages on their Twitter that was something like, "Sorry, we couldn't make it." It was kind of like.
No, I think Blink-182 said, we don't think that with the resources we'd be given, we would be able to put on the best show possible for our fans. Because they
yeah.
actually know how to word things and interact, unlike whoever organized this stuff. But
Right. So,
magical.
Fyre Festival. Would
Yeah.
you have gone, Brian?
Probably not.
To
because
watch the
I'm
rich people
broke
melt
and-
down, I would have gone. Like, that would have been hilarious.
But that would involve me having money.
It's like, I could totally handle that. Just watch all the rich white people.
But what if you won the ticket? Like, if you
Oh, if I
won the
won
ticket,
the
like that
ticket
one kid.
for
You
sure,
can take
I would.
selfies with all the crying rich
I would
people.
find something to do that would be great. It
You
would
were
be
at the
fantastic.
Bahamas. I just chill in
Yeah,
the
you just
ocean.
swim
Like,
still, right? Like-
sleep in my
I'd be
yurt.
like the bikini girls.
Brian would be like the bikini girls.
Brian is the bikini
Minus the
girl.
bikini.
Is Shelby listening?
Uh-oh.
Do you think Brian would be like one of the bikini girls?
The shoulder shrug.
Shelby, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much is Brian a bikini girl? in
On a scale
private?
from 1 to bikini girl.
Where do I
That wasn't a hypothetical. I
On
wanna
a scale
answer.
from 1 to Victoria's
12.
model.
Where is that? Where is that on the scale?
Just use your imagination.
All right.
And that means the
I'm a
bikini's shaped
12.
like a 1 and a 2 over.
All right. After going to the Chance the Rapper concert.
Oh, so jealous.
Was that at the
And
Q?
no, it was at Nationwide Arena.
Did you get
in
stranded there
Columbus.
for a week?
Oh, okay.
No. And see how amazing.
Did you
it
have
was.
to get rescued? Did you sleep in a yurt
Oh gosh, that would have
Did
been
someone have to
sad.
send in a chartered plane to rescue you?
from the arena district of Columbus?
From Ja Rule.
Oh god. But after going to the concert, I saw an ad about Lollapalooza, and it said that Chance the Rapper would be headlining, and it got me to thinking about what my dream lineup would
Ooh,
be
I think
for
about
like
this
a
a
music
lot.
festival. So
Oh, I
was
think
just
about this a
wondering,
lot.
and you guys could go first.
Oh.
First, what would the name be for your dream music festival?
Oh no!
If you had 2 days, who would be your 2 headliners, and then 2 people to go in front of those?
John
people?
Lennon, Joe,
Oh wait, so it
Paul
could be
McCartney.
people dead too?
Yeah, whoever.
the Beatles.
Oh no, now you just made it so much
They
harder.
Might Be Giants.
Oh my
back.
god, that's already 2
I
of
know
my
everything,
favorites.
Joe. I
was
know all the things
upset.
you want.
I was
Like-
so upset that I couldn't go to that.
Because at Nelsonville this weekend, Ween and They Might Be Giants were headlining, and Joe
Yes.
couldn't go.
And Ween only recently started performing again because they said they were never going to perform
And then I
again.
saw Beck at Mountain Jam last
Oh,
year.
I love Beck so much. Oh my god.
Yeah, don't go to Mountain
So what
Jam.
would the name be? What would the name be first?
Well, my hypothetical one
Poji
is
Fest.
it's going to be called Poji Fest. But Poji Fest 2K17. And or maybe you-
2K17.
or you know what? Just to mess
Not
with people,
17.
it's going to be called 2K11. It's just going to be completely. It doesn't have anything to do with the actual year. I just thought maybe a completely different year would be kind of fun. And each act is going to be me coming out and playing a different child's toy. So the first act's going to be me with one of those little tiny key pianos.
I'd pay good money to see Joe headline with Tinker Toys.
And that's going to be
Like,
for an hour. And then afterward, it's me with a harmonica. And then an hour later, it's me with a kazoo. And that's going to be...
But where's the recorder, Joe?
Oh, yeah, recorder comes for it.
can I play like the same 3 notes on trombone in the background,
Yes.
like over and over and over again?
And you just stay on
Do,
stage
do,
for
do,
4 hours
do,
straight
do,
doing
do,
that as though
do,
nothing's
do,
happening.
do. Just for 3 hours, like not even. I'm just in the background. You can kind of see it if you're sitting in the right place, like.
And then you get to do a drum solo
Like
with
right
your
on stage,
trumpet.
you're just like out in the crowd, wandering, doing trombone glissando.
Magical. Okay, really fast though. I don't know what the name of my festival would be, but back in 2015, Bunbury in Cincinnati, they had a stage, and it was I really like Roots Revival.
Oh, I still love the name of that. Bunbury.
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 We almost went to that. No, but on the same stage, it was Old Crow Medicine Show, and Devil Makes Three, and Old 100, and those are all bands I love, and that was all day. And then that night, the stage closed out with the Decemberists, and then after the Decemberists closed out on the main
Is it
stage,
Januaryists?
and then on the main stage, the Avett Brothers closed out. The Front Bottoms were also there, and that's 2 of my favorite bands.
Damn.
Snoop Dogg was also there that year.
Oh,
Like, it
nice.
would have been such a good festival, you guys. Oh my god. But I was working, and I couldn't go. It was
That
heartbreaking.
sucks.
But that's the year you and Brian and James and I went to Nelsonville.
Yeah, that was a fun
So
one.
that was fun, too.
Nelsonville 2K15.
Shut the hell up.
2K15. Alrighty.
What about you, Brian? What would be your...
I don't know what the name would be, but
gotta
I've
think of
always thought
names.
of like the most epic hip hop festival of all time, and it would have to be
You could just
like,
call it that. The most
Yeah.
epic hip-hop festival
Yeah,
of all
It
time.
could just be
There you
called
go.
Epic.
Epic. There you go.
Yeah, I'm
Epic.
going to Epic.
So my 2 headliners will have to be like, well, I don't know. It'd have to be like, I don't know. Probably J. Cole and Kendrick. And I'd probably have Chance the Rapper. And I don't know. There's just so many people. Joey Badass would have to be there.
Yeah.
I had a
Joey
list.
Good
of-
Ass.
Yeah.
Joey
that
So
guy.
Ass.
Joey ass.
One of the dreams.
Run the Jewels, Bus Driver,
That's
Aesop
true.
Rock.
Oh yeah, you gotta have
Atmosphere.
Run the
Yeah,
Jewels
I was
there.
about to say ASAP Rocky.
Yeah.
Aesop Rock would
yeah.
be so good. Oh my god. Man. And then the year before we went to Nelsonville, I was going through festivals, and like Portugal the Man was everywhere, and Local Natives was everywhere, and there's all these really good bands just playing on, like Cage Elephants headlining all over the place lately. Just- man, but so my favorite 3 bands are the Front Bottoms, the Avett Brothers, and Cloud Cult. So those would have to be there. And then Death Cab is such a good live show. Death Cab for Cutie is amazing. And then just all the... I mean, I could list you all the bands I like, but there would be no coherency to this music festival. It would be indie and, like, roots revival and just whatever the hell else. It'd be great.
But what I was kind of thinking at my music fest, it would be like the first day would be like East Coast rap, and then the second day would be West Coast rap.
Oh, that's a cool
and
idea.
And then maybe, like, if there was a third day, you could do like Southern rap, Southern hip hop. That would be cool.
Just to mess with people as you're opening for like 5 minutes, you should have Lil Yachty come out.
Lil Yachty? You know how many people would go crazy
and
for
just
Lil Yachty?
Just do this
though?
like stupid mumble bullshit for 5 minutes. Just go.
People would go crazy over that, dude. Like, people would actually love that. Have you ever seen Lil Yachty or Lil Uzi perform?
No, but his new album's complete garbage.
But people go crazy. I would go to a Lil Uzi or a Lil Yachty concert just because it would be the most lit place ever. Have you ever? Lil Uzi literally stage dives every single time he gets on stage. He literally does. He crowd surfs every time. Damn. Speaking of crowd surfing, did you hear about what happened to the rapper Wi-Fi? He jumped into the crowd, got jumped, beat to to within an inch of his life, and then they crowd surfed him back to the stage, unconscious. There's video.
What rapper is this?
Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's terrible. At the same time, that's also kind of funny. That's really hilarious.
Oh, no.
Yeah, did he finish up?
No, he was like done for.
That
I'm
was
pretty
in
sure
Houston.
they took him to the hospital because
Jesus.
XXX.
he was done.
What's that? Do you have any idea? XXS
Tentage?
You
I don't know how to say his name, but I know who he is. But yeah, this is the result.
Oh my goodness. His shoes gone.
Yeah,
His
they
head's all
beat
wrapped
the
in
mess
bandages.
out of Wi-Fi.
Why would they beat them? Why? Why'd they do that?
Like, he stage dove and they just beat him into the ground. That's probably the video there.
Well, Brian, if you said we're allowed to have dead people, then I should make a festival just with dead people, and I could call it Croakchella.
Oh, they just punched him in the face! Oh my god!
They literally like folded him in half and pounded him and kicked him like for a good 10
But
minutes.
he wasn't headlining this, right?
No.
That's sad.
It was a concert, I believe. Not
I want
to
to see him stage. Oh, they're not gonna show me stage. They're not gonna show him surfing back. That'd be fun.
They are, yeah.
Back.
They literally crowd surfed him back to
they
the
beat the
stage,
fuck out of him.
unconscious,
Oh no.
completely
sad.
unconscious.
That's
really
really
sad.
Man,
That's messed
rap
up.
shows are scary now.
Well, that one in particular.
Yeah,
that guy is
That's
pretty
literally the
violent.
reason why I don't sit in the pit for any show. Like I don't like the pit.
I probably would have went to the pit for Nobody's Safe tour though.
Oh,
What's
I
that?
would've had to the Future and
Oh, that's what we were about to
Migos.
go to, weren't we?
Yeah.
In Blossom. Yeah.
It was pretty crazy. I saw it on Snapchat.
What did that happen already?
Yeah, it
The
was
tickets
last
sold
weekend.
out before we ended up buying them, but
Yeah.
oh well.
That would have been pretty awesome. That would have been a great
Next
show.
time we could go to Lollapalooza and
You
see
could
Chance.
be in the pits. Molly Percocet.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
Joe.
So
Oh, Joe.
Croakchella is gonna have Michael Jackson,
Croakchella.
Prince. It's gonna have.
Did you see the Prince mural down by Jacob's
Oh, it's
Pavilion?
so
cool.
Okay, just
Croakchella.
So cool.
Croakchella. Brian, we
Yeah,
need to
John
come up with
Lennon.
what our festival names are still.
We do.
Something stupid. Something stupid.
That's what it could be called. Something stupid.
Slightly Stupid's a band. I don't want to confuse anybody.
How about the Very Stupid? The
I
Very
would just
Stupid
probably call
tour.
mine Lit Fest, and that would be
Lit
it.
Fest?
Yeah.
What would mine be called?
Fest.
Wow!
Or
You!
I could call it Litorama.
I would love. I would love to see like the Avett Brothers come out and be like, "Hey, we're
It's great
playing.
to be here at
It's great to be
Fest."
headlining Fest." Yeah.
And then everyone does jazz
Everyone does
hands.
jazz hands.
The name of my festival is Hopefully It Doesn't Rain. I'm going to Hopefully It Doesn't Rain this
that
year.
actually sounds pretty cool.
I like that name. And
The
then it rained the
worst.
entire weekend.
No, that's why we didn't. Did I tell you? I convinced my dad to go to Nelsonville with me this year. That's why
really?
he sent you the message on Twitter. Then the next day, when we weren't drinking anymore, he looked at the weather. He's like, "It's a 60% chance of rain all weekend. I'm not doing it no more. I don't camp in the rain." I'm like, God
he Twitter
damn it."
messaged me. He was like, "Joe, lean. They might be giants." I'm like, "I know. I can't make it though."
And just for the record, my dad and Joe are friends enough that they're talking on Twitter in the DMs. So
Yes. OG Bobby Johnson. For those who run a Can You Not callback right there.
can you not call
A
back?
Can You Not callback.
Oh dear.
Speaking of Can You Not callbacks,
Oh,
it's
no.
time once again. It's been a couple weeks since we've done this, but it's our
Oh god.
advertising.
Did you write a script?
scripted time.
Son of a bitch. Okay.
Here
So I'll
we
be
go.
sending the script. Both Amber and Brian have not read the script yet.
Hey Amber,
Oh, I thought we were done with these.
do you like loot?
Loot? What do you think I am? So, God damn it, Joe. Some kind of swashbuckling, foul-breathed, seafaring, peg-leg wearing, life-daring, booty-bearing, eye-patch, parent pirate?
No, I think you're a ray of sun.
What the Joe?
A cool breeze on a summer's afternoon. A lively pond oasis in a golden
Oh,
forest.
shucks.
Gee, Brian, it sounds like you're describing our sponsor for today.
For once, you're right, Joe.
For once. What about that time when I said climate change was a hoax made up by the Chinese?
I'm gonna punch you, Joe. I'm gonna
Please
punch you
never say
so
that again in
hard.
my presence. I will throw you out.
Everybody's gonna hurt you, Joe.
chose the wrong day to do it.
I'm not reading the line. That was the line. You can keep going
Well,
now.
what about the time I said Rascal Flatts would make a big comeback last
Oh,
year?
thank God that wasn't right.
Anywho, Loot Crate is a monthly service all about celebrating the things you love. You've heard us talk about the fandom once before, but they have lots of other options such as loot crates for clothing and pets
Do you
too.
have pet loot crate?
Yeah. Sounds like we have a Loot Crate fan outside honking.
Yeah.
You mean I could have my rubber ducky printed underwear shipped to my door monthly?
Shut the duck up, Joe. No one wants to picture that, but also, yeah. Yes, you can.
People can get 10% off their first Loot Crate by going to lootcrate.com
Oh, you
/canyonot.
got that wrong.
What? Oh, try lootcrate.com/canyonot. Once again, that's trylootcrate.com /canyonot. Once again, that's trylootcrate.com /canyonot. Once again, that's
Uh-oh, Brian's broken.
Did you forget to wind the giant key sticking out of his back?
Yes, I got distracted when my sumptuous underwear Loot Crate got dropped off.
once
Once
again,
again,
that's trylootcrate.com /canyonot.
This is probably a good time to go back to the show. We ask all you f***ers out there to please excuse these technical difficulties. All you f***ers.
Once again, that's trylootcrate.com.
Friends! What if they did a DashCon loot crate? It would be so sad.
It would just be one ball pit ball in an empty box.
And tears.
That's about 20
And a vial of
feet big.
Teenage girl
And a whole
tears.
bunch of teenagers. Just
there
in
you
your
go.
You just get teenagers shipped to your door.
So recently, also several times in the past, but also recently, Michael Lang, who was responsible for organizing the original Woodstock, said that he was interested in doing a 50th anniversary 2019 Woodstock. Now, previously in the past, he also did a 25th anniversary 1995 Woodstock.
Wasn't the one that everybody was setting stuff on fire for?
Yeah, that was actually the 1999 30th anniversary
Oh,
Woodstock.
okay.
So after that third one in 1999, they kind of stopped doing them
Because everything was on fire.
I mean, it was literally disastrous. Like the 95 one was whatever, or 94 I think is when it was actually done. But the 99 one, it says there were
Wasn't that the one that the Red Hot Chili Peppers were at?
maybe. I know Green Day was at the 94 one.
Huh.
But anyway, the 99 one, there was like literal like raping. There was bonfires. People were turning over cars, looting ATMs, and concession trucks.
That sounds horrifying.
It was the complete opposite of Fyre Festival, where it was too many people. It was the people's fault, making it a complete and utter terrible time. But the question I want to pose is, do you think there even should be another Woodstock? Because the original one had such an important cultural significance to it. It was out of the blue, and it was unlike almost anything that had been done before. And it kind of set off a couple things, like George Harrison did a concert for Bangladesh a couple years after that. That was really big, but like it really kind of created that whole mold and is iconic for that generation. But you can't really say the same thing about the 94 one, which was by all accounts okay, but not like life-changing. And the 99 one, as we know, is absolute garbage. So like, is there something wrong about trying to recreate what the original was? Like why, and especially in an era where festivals are so commoditized and so commercialized to the point where it's become these big, like we were saying, like all these like teenage girls go to it.
I hate teenage girls.
And try to like just go there to get picture opportunities.
You're just talking about Coachella.
Yeah, pretty much. But a lot of them are like that. Not all of them. But anyway, what do you guys think about all this?
I feel like it being an original thing and the significance it had, like in that time period, can't be recreated. And that was what made it amazing, because it was the first of its kind, kind of. So you can't recreate it. I mean, you could try and recreate that, like, I don't know. You can't recreate the atmosphere and the vibe because it was original.
I think what's problematic too is that, you know, the whole story is about the original one. Is that like people were basically having sex in the parking lot and people were just rolling around in the mud, which I mean makes for good stories, but doesn't set a good precedent for people who might want to go to a future one and try to imitate all that, which could lead to some serious problems, you know.
Yeah,
so.
and I was like, my whole thing is like, because Woodstock is such a historical thing and you hear about it, like, they had the first Woodstock and that was fine, but everything else after that is marketing. Like, you can call it whatever you want, but it's not, because what people go in, the expectation that they have going in isn't going to be what they get, because in their head they have this big historical crazy thing, and that's not what it's going to be. And it's just, calling it Woodstock is just, it's just a way to sell tickets. Like, it's not going to be anything like the original one was. And if you want to go to a genuine music festival, like, that's kind of part of the reason why I brought up the Fyre Fest thing, is because you should find these like independent festivals that aren't necessarily put on by the big companies and stuff, because they're really cool. Like, I like Nelsonville a lot. Nelsonville is dope as hell. Yeah. But like, so what was concerning about Fyre Fest is that they put a bad name on these independent music festivals. And if you want that genuine, like, really like chill experience, that's what you should look for, is like the local things. Not that the big festivals aren't fun, like, you know, just the bigger names out there and stuff, but I feel like people go to a music festival expecting this certain experience, but that's not necessarily what you're going to get out of it. It depends on a lot on just the people who are there, the music that they're, the people you're with, and just like the general vibes of just what's going on. So,
and how many drugs you can sneak in.
That's true.
But I think you might have a good point though, that Woodstock, it's essentially a brand name now, right? Like, especially if they were going to be doing this other festival, like, it's not really like. Because then it begs the question, like, well, what is Woodstock then? Like, is it just any old festival that you can slap on there, or does it have to be a particular place to be quote unquote Woodstock, or like
what made Woodstock besides the people and the atmosphere? Like, what did the people that put it on do?
And you're not gonna imitate the power of something like Jimi Hendrix performing and just absolutely blowing people's minds, because it's a different world, you know. But
and especially, I don't know, going into something without that really grandeur expectation really changes it a lot. Because I think the best experiences that I have are when I go into things and I don't really know what's going to happen afterwards. Which is kind of like, I have no interest in going to Coachella. And I mean, besides, you know, that image in your head of like people wearing the feather, the war bonnets that are pink that they bought online, and like getting drunk in flower crowns and whatever. Like, it's just this idea that what they're marketing is this very specific experience that all these people are trying to achieve, but that's not, it's very fake. So that's why I like the smaller things. I like concerts and like other stuff. Yeah, or just things that like they don't have this expectation slapped on the top immediately as soon as you show up. So
yeah. Do you think the same thing goes for a lot of like revival TV shows and franchises and stuff like that? It's like you're trying to recapture something that was very specific to that time and very influential to that time.
Like Fuller House.
Like, I will say we did get asked about the Twin Peaks revival last week, and I watched the first couple episodes with my brother. And what I like about it, I think it's brilliant, is that it completely defied all expectations, and it didn't just try to do a big nostalgia fest trip. It tried to do something entirely unique so far from what I've seen, and I'm not that far in. But so, Do you think there's a comparison there? They're trying to capture what can't be recaptured in a lot of cases.
I feel like if they were going for, like, if you put the name Woodstock on it, but you say it's gonna be Woodstock because we're gonna shake it up, or we're gonna do something you've never seen before.
We're gonna hold it underground
Yeah. There you
in a giant cave.
go. That part.
We're gonna hold it in outer space, and everyone's gonna play upside down.
I don't think there's upside down in outer space, Joe.
By the way, one question we got last week from Andrew. We answered this
Andrew,
without you.
Like James's friend?
Yeah,
Andrew?
he asked if you had ever been to space before.
I'm gonna murder him. God, I'm so mad.
Just wait till you hear the response.
What did you guys
You'll
say?
have to listen to the episode.
Listen to the episode.
Give us another stream.
It's that SpongeBob meme. God damn it.
Here's the question: if you got free tickets, would you guys go to Woodstock 2019?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Free tickets? Free tickets? What are you talking about? Yeah, I'd go.
What if tickets were $50?
Probably,
are they
yeah.
paying for me to get there? Do I get camping?
No.
How far? Where's it at?
$50.
I forget.
Then I don't. It depends on how much
Somewhere.
gas is.
Upstate.
Depends on
Yeah,
who's
some-
Well,
gonna,
I could drive to New
who's
York.
performing.
Say we did that last
Last
It's
year.
me with a recorder and Amber with her trumpet.
I play trombone, dog.
As long as I
Yeah,
can
talk
come on
about that.
stage with you guys.
Yeah, of course. You
We're
could be
actually
like-
gonna do live podcasts for 3 straight days.
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
god. I wonder what's the longest recorded podcast.
Oh no! Where did we get to?
I need to know this now.
Oh,
And then that
no.
begs the question: should we try to beat the world
No.
record?
Ooh, let's do that,
No.
please. Can we do it?
No, I don't want to.
Amber, you could rotate out with people if you
I
don't
can
wanna stay.
rotate out. Is there an open bar at the longest pod? If there's an open bar, I'm in.
It's like
Is that a-
Amber's got to go to class. She'll be back in
Class.
So it looks like the longest uninterrupted live webcast is 150 hours and 30 minutes. Which is how many days?
What was it of?
Too many.
4.5.
Oh.
What was it of?
Let's see. It was done by Lifestyler TV in Germany from February 13th, 2011 to February 19th,
2011?
I think we could beat that.
I don't
could
want
beat
to
I
beat
think we
that.
could beat that.
What a terrible way to
do
spend
that?
4 days.
But think
Wow.
about it.
With your best
Then
friends.
we'd be
I mean,
so famous.
we
We'd
would
be
not
so
be.
famous.
We didn't know who
We'd
these
have-
people were. We had to Google it. I didn't even think to ask that question. Only Joe would think to ask that question. Joe already knows who we are.
Well, if Joe asked, well, no, Joe's pretty crazy. He might think farther outside the box than other crazy people.
Here's the thing, though. I think that was a video webcast. It might be different.
I
Can
don't-
we do a
Podcast.
video webcast?
We talk about
Can
it
we
all the
do
time.
One first, like, can
They
we
could
do one?
they could watch me flare around on the couch while we're talking. That'd be great. Like,
They can see us
as I
do
sink
jazz
deeper
hands.
into the futon, like,
Oh, man.
oh no,
They
that's
can
scary.
look
What
at
happened?
the
Nothing.
mustache.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
Well, this works pretty well because our time is just
6,
about up.
5,
That
4,
little clock on
3.
the wall.
It's not on the wall. It's in your
Little
hand.
clock in my hand.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year! Happy old year, guys. This year that goes on forever because we're living in a dystopia.
The year of the Trump.
Should have left him in 2016.
For real.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Oh, alright. If you guys want to check out more episodes, if more of you want to check out more episodes.
Joe, do you have a piece of tape over your webcam?
I do.
You know they can turn them on and look at you.
No, the tape's over the. Oh, you're telling me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
actually pretty easy to hack.
I was just
I
wondering.
figure if Mark Zuckerberg has it over his, because there's pictures you can see he has it over his computer. I'm like,
Is that gaff tape?
but yeah, it's gas tape. But here's the thing.
I should probably do that to my computer.
It's kind of silly to worry about the computer when you think about it, because the phone is probably 1,000,000 times more
And they could
susceptible
look
and
right
more
at our
useful.
faces.
Yeah, and I use my phone 100 times more. Well, I don't know.
Now I have
It's
to
probably
put
they're gonna
tape
probably get
over
more.
my
This is a
phone
whole other
camera
topic, guys.
Yeah,
until
this
I
should be a whole
start
other episode.
Snapchatting.
Chapping?
Snapchatting. Until he
Snapchatting.
starts snap
Snapchatting.
chafing.
Oh. Oh
That
no.
sounds horrible.
That's
Speaking
way
of
worse.
Snapchat, this is a
If you want to
Snapchat
check
video.
out more snap chafes, you can go to our SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/CYN podcast or on the SoundCloud app or on the iTunes store. Give us a rating. It's really great. And also, you can check us out on lots of other places like Podomatic and
Automatic.
Automatic. All right.
You also go canyonpodcast@gmail.com to give us any sort of feedback, any sort of vegan recipes, tips.
Ooh, that one.
Send us your parkour tricks.
I
Send-
still really want somebody to draw us.
Send
I'm
me
gonna
your-
send you my parkour tricks.
Oh no, don't hurt yourself, please.
Send us your pictures of paper.
Send us
hats.
pictures of your dogs.
Send us pictures of your
Please.
Coachella head.
As long as it's not
Coverage.
racist.
Yeah, that'd be good. We don't like racism.
We don't like racism here.
I definitely don't like racism.
We are none of us
I hate racism.
This just in. Brian is against racism.
Whoa, really?
Headliner.
Brian, wait, no, Brian, hold on. You don't like racism?
What did we learn today, guys?
I learned Brian doesn't like
I
racism.
hate it. Darn you, racism.
That's what I learned.
I learned that we need still to come up with some creative names for our
Amber stock.
Amber stock.
Amber stock.
Amber J stock. J stock. Ah!
J
J stock.
If I was a meat eater, I would call it kitchen stock. Or, chicken stock is what I meant.
J stock sounds like a printing
Chicken
company.
stock.
That'd be good.
Chicken
That-
stock is a hilarious name.
Chicken stock.
Flock on over to chicken stock. That's a tongue twister.
Oh,
Flock on over to chicken stock.
Flocking over to chicken stock?
Flock on over to chicken
Ooh.
stock.
The only food served is broth. Comes out of the water
That
fountains.
you load it in for it can play there.
I can't tell people about. I don't know how to communicate that on podcasts.
I learned that we should have massive studio audiences all the time.
We should.
Especially when they're people like Shelby and I, Brian, and Andy.
Yay.
Jazz
Jazz
hands.
hands. That was disgusting. We added them together.
Can you now?
Can you not?
Can you not?
Not? Can you not do jazz hands?
No, please do the jazz hands.